obviously invited, so call me back. Okay, I love you. Bye.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of Emotionally Online, the show for spilling guts and sharing secrets, hosted by yours truly, the one and only Maddie Drosbeck. And today, I'm joined by two lads, one returning and one new. We've got Jordan and Haley. What up? Welcome back to the pod, Jordan. Welcome to the pod, Haley. First ever appearance.
Lovely to be
with
here.
the Emotionally Online merch on. Absolutely, babes.
I had to.
I knew that I needed to get Jordan and Haley on to talk about Love Island before the end of the Love Island season, so we could get some additional perspectives going on here. And this is really like the last fun week of Love Island that we're talking about today, because then, I mean, we're about to be done with the series.
As soon as the babies come out.
Once the babies come out, it's over.
Even when the talent show happens.
I know.
Over.
That really is.
Oh, that yeah.
Right.
Coming up. Do you think do they do the babies every season?
Yeah.
Take it away.
It's so
If
bad.
anyone is watching this who has any power, take it away.
I don't know anybody that likes it.
I mean, it's just like, it's unneeded.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary. And
It's annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
If I was in there, I'd throw that baby in the pool. What are the consequences for that? They're like, no party.
Yeah.
And the party every night is just them doing the same thing they always do. But this time, they were in clothes and do a dance montage.
What if they were like, you have been voted out of the villa?
Because you threw the baby in the pool.
Your baby failed.
Honestly, I that would be funny. That's like a funny enough bit that I would like forfeit $50,000 for that. To like be able to like write on Wikipedia that like somebody got thrown off Love Island for throwing a robot baby in a pool would be so funny.
That's pretty iconic.
Like, that's ridiculous. So anyways, we're about to hit the baby episode. So this is like the last fun week of Love Island, but we'll talk about that towards the end of the pod. If you don't know, Jordan and Haley are members of the illustrious Lads on Tour trivia team. Honestly, perhaps not confirmed, but I have a feeling the best trivia team in all of Bushwick.
I'd say.
Yeah, definitely Bushwick.
The people are talking, and that's what they have been saying. There's no official ruling, but I've heard whisperings.
Yeah.
And we have merch.
I wish you
And
guys
we
could
have
feel the energy when we enter the room.
Honestly, our top competitors have slowly started dropping out. They don't even come anymore because they're scared.
And I would argue we now have the best seat in the house.
I know, we keep getting put in that table in the corner.
Yeah.
Which I like because it's prime straight to
You're
the
not hidden
counter
away
for
in the
drinks.
shoeless nook.
Yeah, not the shoeless nook is where they put the least
Near
favorite
the
team of the
bathroom.
week.
Ugh. Yeah.
We've been in the doghouse a few weeks.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
There's like a little nook at the place we do trivia that it's like a little lofted area, but you're not supposed to wear shoes, and there's no chairs. You're just like sitting on the floor, so your legs are just asleep for
You have
3
to
hours.
constantly change positions.
Yeah, they just shove all of you up there, and everyone's like, I can't
Dirty
be on my
cushions.
legs. They're like literally made out of cardboard.
Would you hook up in the shoeless nook?
Bruh. Everyone in there's barefoot sitting on the
Honestly,
same
I wouldn't totally cross it out.
Yeah, it's not the worst place in Bushwick to hook up. So
In the shoeless nook.
yeah.
Would you kiss me in the shoeless nook? What? My birthday was yesterday. We're recording this on March 6th. And Jordan's birthday is the day before my birthday on March 4th.
We were meant to be.
It's so true.
True.
It's so fucking
I'm a
true.
Gemini, for anyone wondering.
2 Pisces and a Gemini sit before you.
In the shoeless nook.
In the shoeless nook.
Oh my god.
So I wanted to ask you if any men from Ghost Past appeared for a quick little B-Day message.
I had men that felt entitled to take me out for my birthday after never taking me out previously. We have never met.
That's
And
so
they tried to take
funny.
me out for my birthday. Yeah, I had a guy like pop back up in my messages after we had like, dwindled off. And he's like, oh, like, what are you doing this weekend? Fair question. I was like, it's actually my birthday. You know, I'm booked and busy. He goes, oh, like, I'd really like to take you out for your birthday. I'm like, I'm busy, you know? And he was like, oh, like, you don't seem that interested anymore. I'm like,
Do you think I reserved a slot for you, mystery man?
no.
I have
Like,
no friends. I'm alone on my birthday doing nothing, waiting for your text.
You think this bad bitch is alone?
You're like,
on her
I cannot even pencil you in.
That's so funny.
My ex-boyfriend didn't text me this year.
Good growth.
Growth.
That's
Love
good.
that for him. His is next month. I don't think I'm gonna text him, but I'm just saying this is the first year in like 6 years that we have not texted each other.
That's good.
You still have his number?
Yes.
What for? What for?
Get dragged live. Why do you have that? Not on your block list?
I
That's
don't
really,
talk
that's
about-
weird.
I don't know what
Oh my god.
I think that relationship will take me a lifetime to heal from. So just the fact that we aren't texting
That's
each
fair.
other on holidays anymore is pretty much.
It wasn't
enough to
until
me.
like this past year that it took me to delete a situationship off of Snapchat text. So I feel like an ex-boyfriend.
I am
is fair.
so liberal with the block button, the unfollow button. It takes me like maybe 3 business days after ending it with someone to unfollow.
I admire your courage.
Anyways, 26. Here we are. And this year, I was saying this earlier this week, but this next year, I really want to date more in person and like get off the apps more, which I've been resistant to.
You said that the other day and I gasped.
Listen, me 2 months ago, I would have gasped because my therapist has asked me this before and she's been like, would you want to date more in person? And I'm like obviously yes, but it's like the how of that feels so far away that I'm like, I would love to, but I feel like there's so many blocks in between like actually being able to date in person that like everybody feels to some degree. But like how do you date in person? Especially when you don't drink or party. I'm like, I hate going out. I don't like going to the club. I don't really like going to bars either. I drink like very minimally. That's not really my crowd, but that's like what people go to as the immediate for like, well, you want to meet people, go out more. And it's like, well, I don't think that I'm going to meet my soulmate at a place that I would rather die than be at. You know, like, okay, so let's say I do go and I meet someone there and then we're together and every weekend that's what they want to do. And I'm like, wait, no, I want to do something completely fucking different every weekend.
Well, that's the thing. It's like if you're going to meet somebody at a bar or that's your intention while you're there, everyone's drinking and it's like,
Right. How are you going to really connect in that state anyways? But yeah, I think it's hard, but that's like my goal for the year. So I signed up for a speed dating event next week.
I would do speed dating, but I'm like, what's the pool like, you know?
Well, the place that I found, the people in the photos from previous events look cute.
Oh, they have
was like a
photos. They
Beyonce
photograph
drop.
it.
Previous events, yeah.
It was like a Beyonce drop. The tickets sold out in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, literally. I got 2 tickets miraculously, but it was literally like 20 seconds. The whole event sold out.
I was on there waiting. It was done. I did
That's
not
so
secure a
weird.
ticket.
Yeah.
Oh.
But like I found the company like randomly on
Yeah.
Instagram. Somebody shared it out, and they like photograph all their previous events. I was looking through the page and I'm like, I'm zooming in on all these faces. Like, okay, if he came back, I wouldn't be mad.
I was talking to somebody about it the other day and they're like, they also pay to go. So it's like people
Right.
wouldn't pay if they're not going in with
Exactly.
at least some sort of intention to be like, I am interested in dating.
It does feel like
or someone.
a little bit more, like I feel more secure about the fact that it's like, oh, if you're willing to pay money, actually go to a place in person, spend 2-3 hours of your time dating, you got to be taking it at least a step up more serious than people who are just swiping on Hinge.
That's true.
So I was like, maybe it'll yield better results. I don't know. But they're doing 2 events this month. I think tickets for the second one are dropping this week. I'm going to buy
going to
tickets for that one too.
Damn it.
So if you're trying to come.
But then also the other thing is like, what if we go and we all are interested in the same person?
You know, I thought about that
Fight to
too,
the
but I was
death.
like, I feel like I don't know that like my taste with my friends overlaps in like 100%. Like maybe we overlap like in certain ways, but I'm like, it would have to be real lucky that we all
Yeah.
ended up liking the same
But
guy.
I'm also wondering if it's like when you see on TV, me, Gen Z cusp, has never been to a speed dating thing. Like when
Cusper.
you know, there's all the boys are sitting at tables, right? And then the women come in and you sit down, you talk to the guy, then it beep, and then you
Yeah.
switch. I don't know if it's like that or if it's just like
Yeah.
everyone there is interested in dating, so you can go up and talk to whoever you want. Like,
It's
like a bar
definitely, it's the
setting.
buzzer. You get 5 minutes.
That's so funny. I'm
the
like,
men move and the women stay at the same table.
yeah. So
But I don't know what it's going to be like. Like, I think they give you like a question or a topic so that you're not just like, hi, what do you do for work? And like, you don't
Yeah,
get
it's your
roped
major.
into like
Over
small
and
talk.
over.
I'm pretty sure they give you like a topic so that you have like a more interesting conversation. 5-minute chat. And I don't think you're dating every person that's there. I was just doing some math in my head where like the duration of the event. And if you talked to everybody, there would only be like 15 or 20 of each. So I was like, they're definitely selling more than like 30 tickets in total. So I think that you're not going to meet everybody at the event. You just,
Well, is that
whoever
why it
you end
sells
up
out
meeting.
so fast?
Well, the women's tickets sold out fast, which is the other thing. And when I saw that, because the women's tickets went on sale first, literally 30 seconds, whole event sold out. The men's tickets are still available and they went on sale a week ago.
Interesting.
According to their photos, it seems like all of their events have eventually sold out, but I thought that just like so perfectly exemplified like the problem with dating right now.
I'm also
Yeah.
wondering what the age range is.
It's like
I have so
mid
many
20s to mid
questions.
30s.
What if they don't sell out the men's ticket and then there's just like 2 dudes there?
Well, everyone's a little
Fight to the
gay.
death, bitch.
Nah, I'm gonna be looking at the women too.
Yeah, period.
Yeah.
Open up the floor.
Open up the floor.
But I think that'll be fun. I'm excited to give it a try. And if it goes well, then I'm going to delete the dating apps. I might do it anyways. Because, and I was thinking about this the other day, but I talk all the time about how like beneficial my year of no dating was. And I wonder if it was less my year of no dating and more my year of no dating apps. Like, I wonder if it's just the apps that make me feel like ass.
It for sure is.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel trapped.
I know. That's kind of how I feel too.
It's just, yeah, I don't know. Because it's like nobody on dating apps, or unless you're on like Hinge, are like looking for relationships. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that has to somehow mirror in person as well. But I don't know. Maybe there's a better crowd of people who aren't on the dating apps that are stronger than I.
Yeah, I don't know. My like hypothesis is that like if you, I don't know like scientifically if this is true, but I feel like maybe if you meet someone offline, your brain just like sees them in a different way than you do people you meet through the cycle of dating apps, so that people appear more open than they do on the apps where things are so transactional and end up becoming mostly like hookup apps eventually.
That's why I can't stop thinking about that guy I met at that party 3 years ago.
Right. There's something romantic and cinematic about it because it just doesn't fucking happen.
Yeah.
But it's like if you met that same guy on a dating app, maybe you wouldn't feel that way.
The
Even though
thing
it's the
is, I
same
would
guy.
still swipe right,
Right.
but I don't know if we would talk because so many people just fall into the graveyard or the
Yeah.
abyss. Like the amount of Instagram mutuals I have from dating apps, and most of them never turn into anything, and it's just awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so picky too. I'm like, the opening line is so important.
Yeah. Oh, the amount of times that like I swipe on someone and I'm like, oh yeah, they're pretty cute. And then they send me like the worst opening line imaginable. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna respond to it. And you're going to sit there and be like, women suck. They're on dating apps just matching and not responding. And I'm like, I'm a part of someone's incel pipeline right now because of this.
Time.
I double messaged
And then they
the
added-
other day.
What'd you say?
I double messaged the other
Oh my god. But then,
What for what? What did you say?
Okay, so there was this guy on here. I thought he was super fucking cute, right? And I was like, I can't lose this. Like, you know. So I am the one who liked him first. And he said, hey. He actually said, hi, hey, hey, hello. I said, hi, hey, hello, hi, hey. You know, cute, right? Didn't message me back. Next day, I was like, I'm going to swallow my double text pride and drop my Instagram because Hinge is awkward sometimes. Hope to see you there, right? And he followed me. He said, super respect for the double text. And then he, like, gave me both of his Instagrams. He said, pick your poison.
both.
So I followed him on both of his Instagrams because I'm a simp. And we started messaging. We were messaging for hours on end. And I think he's so, like, cute and interesting. And then it kind of just died off.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, what the I double messaged for you. I'm still down. I'm still down. But yeah, I don't know. That's what happens. Like, you have so much chemistry with someone online. I'm talking, we were playing 20 questions and shit. Yeah.
I like to not message someone more than like 20 times. And then
Wait.
like
That is like such a specific.
no, I don't go by like it's
27
I'm not
times.
like, oh my god, 20th message, you know, but like
Bye.
I'm not counting, but I'm just like, let's
Do you mean in a row?
Or like
Like
before.
you're initiating?
Wait, or
20
before.
no, like back and forth.
Before there's a plan.
okay, I
So
see
that
what
we
you're
can
saying. I
meet
see what
up
you're
in
saying. Yeah,
person.
okay. I was like,
I
you're
message
initiating
people
20 times? You're doing 20
you
in a row?
imagine?
Like what? Okay, I
20
see. I get what
messages back to back. Anytime a woman wrongs a man on a dating app or whatever, they add it to their bio. Have you noticed that?
Who was I talking to about this the other day? Where I was like, you guys need to like actually get a fucking grip.
You need
Because
to
like
touch
the amount
grass.
of men on Hinge that will like change one of their prompts to be like, women on this app always do da-da-da-da. And I'm like, why do you think that saying that in your bio is going to attract more women? Do you think that a woman's going to see your profile and be like, oh, yeah, fuck those other bitches? Like,
I don't do that.
Pick me.
who the fuck do you think you're attracted with that? I'm like, you can't be a hater towards the people you're trying to attract on a dating
No,
app.
I'm like, who does that work on? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, what do they usually get mad at? It's
Don't waste my time.
like,
Not looking for a pen pal.
right.
No pen pals allowed.
No
Put a stamp on that shit.
underarm hair.
Oh God. Oh.
Like they get so specific, and it's like
Yeah.
we know some
Right.
bitches wronged you in that way.
Who hurt you? Tell me about it. Pick me. Imagine. I can't. Like, does that work on people?
It totally doesn't. It just makes you seem like bitter and angry. It's the same energy as when people put 5'11" if that matters.
Yeah,
Ew.
yeah.
It's like it just makes you look kind of fucking ugh. You know?
5'7" if that matters.
Change my mind about this app.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Women on here are only looking for
Bye. Like, fuck out of here.
or like anytime they have anything about like money and paying. Women are gold diggers on this app.
And
we
what about
split the check
it?
here or we do nothing or whatever
No
the fuck.
OnlyFans. That's another one.
Yeah. And it's like, you just look fucking like a bitter asshole. There's no way you're getting ladies like this.
First round is on me.
hope
If
not.
second round is on you.
Right. It's like corny. Get out of here. Loser, loser, loser.
Loser, 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 loser. Tomato.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if in person it's any better.
Yeah, I can't.
But
wait
I
to
feel
hear.
like I have to give it like a year to like really see, because I'm not expecting to like go to one speed dating event and be like, found my person. Hee hee. Done forever.
One event,
You know?
you ring the buzzer. You're like, nope, actually, we're leaving right now.
Done. Finish it.
Bye. Thank you.
So I'm like, if I start going to speed dating events regularly and like basically treat it as like a science experiment, like will it yield better relationships? Not necessarily like, oh, will it make me a girlfriend, but just like, will I have a better time emotionally?
Are you
Will it be
planning-
more enjoyable?
Are you planning to do anything else besides?
Well, that's the
Speed
second
dating?
part of it that will come after the speed dating, I think. I'm going to try my hardest
What else is there though?
to like hit on people in person.
See,
Which
So,
that's the hard part.
I love to go out. I
Yeah.
don't drink. But when a man approaches me in a bar,
Yeah.
I feel threatened.
Well, I was talking to my therapist about this because I was like, I sometimes am open to being approached, but I think I look so unapproachable because I'm scared of like the wrong men approaching me. Usually I have like a do not fucking talk to me face on. I have my headphones on. I'm looking down. If I make eye contact with someone, give them a straight face, look away immediately. Half the time my brain doesn't even register. And I'm sitting there like maybe like 5 seconds later, like, damn, he was actually cute. And I definitely just gave him a bitch face. Like I can't look back and smile now. It's fucking weird now. I ruined it.
Silent.
Like I was thinking that I went to Trader Joe's today and I had a moment like that with some guy in one of the aisles. And I was like, damn it, why'd you look at him like that? You could have smiled. Fuck. But it's like my brain doesn't
Smile
work
more.
that fast. So it's like when you don't go out into the world prepared with like the bitch face, you attract any and every weirdo on the face of the planet. But when you don't do it, then it's like you probably end up closing off the things that like could be.
Okay, but can we talk about the sexual tension on the subway? If the subway in New York City, I don't know about other transits, the BART maybe, if that was a speed dating, the options in this, the amount of
about that
times
all
I
the
make-
time. I'm
yeah,
like,
the amount of times I make eye
how-
contact on the
how
train.
do you initiate that? Because I feel like
I have
it's been
no
done.
idea.
Like,
I see
meet cute on
fine
the
ass
subway.
people on the train every day. They look at me. I look at them. But you know, everyone has their AirPods in. Or like, you know, it's like weird to like talk to somebody. But
Yeah.
I've had like a few cute moments and I'm like, damn, I really wish that like I could see that person again. Like they were so cute.
complimenting is super easy. Like, oh my god,
Yeah, that's true.
love your shirt. Yeah, would you get it?
My brain doesn't work that fast though. Like I've got to like sharpen my reaction time because half the time I take a little too long to think of something and then I'm like, well, I can't fucking say it now.
Yeah,
But I'm also like, if everyone's doing that, like I feel like if I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna say take my own advice. Can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Where it's like, if you were actually meant to see someone, I think they'd see the awkwardness, the little delay as being endearing. So it kind of doesn't matter.
that's true. Dang, am I gonna shoot my shot?
If you see me on the train, say hi.
Unless you a weirdo, then
You
don't.
can, you can still say hi, but I might act like I didn't hear you. But
Okay, so I wanted to talk today about the ick.
the icks. This like gives me the icks.
Honestly, I love the phrase.
The ick,
The ick.
ick. That's how Tanya said
Babes, I've got the ick.
It's so accurate.
it. Yeah.
The noise, the
Because it's an
sound.
indescribable feeling that is
Yeah.
oftentimes like it doesn't have like a. It's just a gut reaction that's not always attached to like something that's warranted. That gut reaction.
Exactly.
But I have 3 icks that like when I immediately asked myself like what are your icks, I had 3 that came to my mind. Was I, just analyzing recent dating experiences, like what are the things that make me sort of over someone before it starts? Or if it's sort of starting, what are the things that I'm like getting to know someone and I'm like, I don't
Why
wanna
did
get to
you
know
do
you.
that?
So I've got 3 that came to my mind immediately, but I want to know what your guys's are.
You should start us off.
Okay.
Warm it up.
So the first one that came to my mind was when people pussyfoot around asking you out. And
Yeah.
my thing is like I'm totally fine with asking people out. I do it a lot with the people that I match with on dating apps. What I can't stand is when people are like flirting around the bush with you and it's clear they want to ask you out, or they're like hinting at the fact that they want me to ask them out, and I'm like, I hate that. If I'm going to ask you out, I'll ask you out.
Yeah.
If you want to go out with me, you should ask me. I'm always like, if instead of being like pretending like you don't know, or you're like trying to get me to ask you, just do it. Because if I get the vibe that you're like, I want her to ask me out, I'm gonna like flirt in a very specific manner to like push me to say it. I'm like, you can just do that though, because I'll ask. If I want to go out, I will ask.
Same. And I hate when like I'll be like, so what are you up to tonight?
Yeah.
And then they're just like, they say like, I just got out of the shower, or you know, like something that's like super casual, and it's like you can tell I'm trying to like see,
Right.
are you busy tonight?
Right.
And yeah, they just go around it, and they're like, are you unaware, or are you just like, why are we here right now?
Right.
What is this?
What are
for?
we doing?
Yeah.
I'm a piggyback off that. I always make the first move. Yeah. And I feel like some people find it endearing and some people find it intimidating. But I'm tired of making the first move.
Yeah.
I've been making the first move since I got into the scene. Like I just want someone with some sauce. Like I want someone to plan something for me. I want someone to take me out. Like, of course it's gonna be mutual, but I'm just saying, like, I always am the first one to be like, oh, like let's do this at this time.
Right.
And before y'all even come for me about the guy for my birthday, just stop fucking typing. She just said that she wants someone to take her out, but when someone asks her, Jimmy's croissant. She said she wants someone to take her out, but someone asked her on her birthday weekend, and she said no. Like, fuck off. I'm saying in general, like, if anything, that's a cop-out. You know I'm busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm tired of making the first move.
Yeah, I get
I'm tired.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a coincidence, but there are a few dates that stand out in my mind, and I remember that they messaged me first, and they were good dates, and I'm like, is it because they messaged me first and I've just convinced myself?
Interesting.
I don't know, but
I just like the directness.
yeah,
I'm like, if you want to ask me out, because I will do the same.
that's true. And they did have confidence that was not cocky.
Yeah.
And I always look for that
Even the
on a
man
date.
that had a girlfriend the whole time.
Name him.
I'm not gonna name him.
Dox him
He's
now.
probably watching this right now. Anyways, he told me that he's been waiting to take me out for 3 years. I admired the fuck out of that, and he planned a date for us, even though it was somewhere that his ex-girlfriend had taken him before. Like, she took him there. It's fine. This man picked me up from the airport in a different state and took me out. He planned a whole day. Is he a piece of shit? Abso-fucking-lutely.
For sure.
But the assertiveness, the assertion? I don't fucking know.
No, you're right.
The assertiveness was there, and I liked it, and I liked
Yeah.
being courted, even though it was all fake.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
saying,
get that.
like, that's what I want. So anyone who is single and not living with your girlfriend and having her pay your phone bill, yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Hit me up.
Also, a recent thing that happened to me, like some guy, we had been like matched for a while, and then he finally messaged me back and was like, hey, sorry, I just got back into town. I was like, no worries, like it's chill, like we should go out sometime. And he said, yeah, maybe in like a few weeks. I'm adjusting to getting back into the city. I don't know where he was.
Daylight savings
I don't know.
time.
But I'm like, then why did you message me?
Yeah.
Why are you on this app? Like, if you don't
He's putting
have
out feelers.
time,
He's putting out little feelers.
Yeah, he's trying to book himself 3 weeks in advance.
unmatched.
Unmatched.
Yeah. No, I don't get that either. Or people will say things like that. Like, they'll be like, oh, I'm busy this week, period. And they won't suggest a second time or like anything that is like, oh, I'm busy, but we can do this. They just go, I'm busy.
Okay.
And you're like, word.
Cricket.
Okay, I'm not messaging you again then. And then a month later, they'll be like, hey, what's up? I'm like, what do you mean, what's
I'm
up?
like, where'd you
I
go?
thought you were busy.
Why'd you never message me back? Like,
I'm like, I heard you were busy, period. You were too busy to date me, period.
No, my reply to that would be, I'm busy, period.
Right, I'm busy.
Sorry.
I have a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm adjusting.
So that's like my first ick is just like the pussyfooting, the lack of directness, beating around the bush. I hate it. I'm like, either do it or don't do it.
One of mine is telling someone what you're looking for and them kind of trying to like convince you that you're not looking for that.
Yeah.
Like this happens often. Like people on the app, one of the most common questions along with what's your sign is what are you looking for, right? And I tell them like, yeah, I'm looking to like date and see what happens. It's open, but it's closed. Like it's not hooking up. It's not marriage. It's right in the middle. And it leaves room for interpretation. But I think it's pretty obvious what I don't want.
Yeah.
And these people, they won't even offer to take you out. Like they'll be like, yeah, like let's hang out. I'm not 19 years old. I'm not gonna come to your apartment and watch Netflix with you.
Oh, that is Nick.
That's an ick.
I thought you said that is Nick. I was like,
That is Nick.
who's Nick?
Nick.
What did
Fuck
he do?
you, Nick.
You're like, oh, that is Nick to a T.
Yeah, I used to put like casually looking for something serious in my bio.
I
And
love that.
The amount of times people would come in and say, I'm seriously looking for something casual. And it made me change it. I'm like,
Why even swipe? Like if
I
if
know.
you
Just to
know
be an
that-
arsehole.
it's
Yeah,
so
exactly.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love like when somebody will ask me what I'm looking for, and I always say that I'm looking for a relationship. Period. I'll be as clear as I can with it, and they'll be like, "Oh well, like I don't know. I'm just trying to like vibe and see what." I'm like, I didn't say I wanted a relationship with you, you dumbass. Like they all of a sudden are like, "Whoa, that's a lot," and I'm like, I'm dating with the intention of meeting someone to pursue a relationship with. That does not mean that I'm going on a date and being like, so
Boyfriend.
are we ready to
dating.
lock in here? I'm like, I don't even fucking know if I like you yet. But like that's what I'm going towards. But that's when anyone has that reaction, I'm like, grow up.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I hate on a first date when people cannot hold a conversation. Like,
Yeah.
this should be the date where we
It's
have
the easiest.
endless things to talk about.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there, like, staring off into space as if we've run out of things to
Right.
say. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I hate that.
The world is your oyster on a first date.
And, like, sometimes I get it. Like, you're nervous. Like, I will give people a bit of a break, but then it's like, I don't know, an hour or so in, I know I'm like, you should be a little bit comfortable now.
Yeah.
And if you're not, there's not, I don't know if we can go out again.
Yeah.
Men with no political opinions.
That's beyond an ick. That's just like you're not even on. You have no ability to enter the roster of any kind.
Yeah.
The date is over.
Yeah.
Sorry, babes. My roommate's in the hospital. I gotta go.
She's calling me right now.
She's calling
So
me
you
right
got
now.
hit by a car? That did happen to my roommate once.
I also got hit by a car.
She did.
Shit.
Bruh.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The best part was that it was on Halloween and it was on Halloween, or it was the day before Halloween, whatever. I was in costume and I had done makeup. I was in a cheerleader uniform where I slit my neck open. And so I had like this like fake blood. And so I got hit by a car while crossing the street. This was like 2018. And I look like I'm, a severed head,
Yeah.
basically. And everyone's like, oh my God. The paramedics come and they all look fucking terrified. I'm saying to everyone, I'm fine.
It's makeup.
I'm fine. For
That's
like,
out of a movie.
it was so stupid and funny. But I was like, of course, like the one time I'm going to get hit by a car in New York is when I have a slit throat makeup on.
Oh my god.
It's too fucking good.
Last night was a movie. That should have been the Instagram caption.
Me in the ambulance. Last night was a movie.
Last night was a movie.
Another one of my icks is when, like, you're talking and like it's fine, and the person starts laughing like a little too hard at something that you don't think is as funny as they do.
Yeah.
And they're just sitting there, like, laughing so hard.
Just
and
having
you're like,
a goof.
and you're just like,
I
How
feel
dare
like
you think
I
something
feel like
funny?
I have probably given somebody that ick multiple
Same.
times over. I'm
Same.
like, that sounds like me, bitch.
No, I know I do that, but it's just like when like I'm picturing someone that I went out with and they were just laughing so hard, and I'm like, did
You're
I
just
miss
funny. You're
something?
funny.
Like I feel like what I laugh at is valid.
But someone else, ick.
Another ick that I had written down, and this is like, I suppose it's a more shallow ick of
Bring it
mine,
on.
but to me, like it, I know some people are gonna think it's a shallow ick. To me, it feels very not that. Dental hygiene specifically, I'm very like, if you don't take care of your mouth,
Yeah.
there's no way it's coming near me. I
for
can't
sure.
do it. When you can tell someone doesn't floss and they're like 25, I'm like, I can't do it. I can tell. I can look at you and I can tell. And sometimes there's a specific scent to it too. I feel like my nose is very sensitive to smells. And sometimes I'm like, I can smell the plaque on your teeth. I can't do it.
Not the
It's too
smell of
much for
plaque.
me. But I'm like, I don't know if some people just can't tell, but I'm like, oh, I can smell that, bitch. I can smell it from over here. But beyond dental hygiene, that's like overarching dental hygiene in general, but also hygiene as an overall when they sleep over your apartment.
Oh my God.
If you sleep over my apartment and you don't bring shit or you don't ask to use my stuff, I find that so unattractive. I can't even tell you. If you know you're going to sleep over and you don't bring stuff, what the fuck? If you don't know you're going to sleep over but end up sleeping over and don't ask me for like a toothbrush or face wash, anything, if you're just like watching me get unready in the bathroom and you're just gonna like lay in my bed, or you're gonna stand in the doorway and talk to me while I'm doing my skincare routine and not like ask for anything, I'm like,
Yeah.
you good? Like, you really don't want anything? He's like, no, I'm all right. I'm like, that's fucking disgusting. You just like raw dog your bed every night. You just hop in and you're like, you with all your germs. Didn't brush your teeth, no flossing, no nothing. You didn't even ask if you could like put toothpaste on your finger and like scrub it around like you're fucking Shrek. Like nothing. You did nothing. That is so awful to me.
I know. I'm like so aware too of like, I'm like, does my breath smell? I'm like always
My morning
worried
breath,
about it.
like it scares me. Like sometimes I'm like, I don't know. Like obviously I take care of my teeth, but I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, fuck. Like morning breath happens whether you brush your teeth or not. Like yeah. This dude I was seeing like a few months ago, he brought a little like spend a night bag to my house, right? And you know, he goes in my bathroom and he comes back out and he's holding my toothbrush and his toothbrush, and he goes, we have the same toothbrush. It was a pink Colgate toothbrush.
I can't.
I thought you were gonna say he was like, I used
your
this.
toothbrush.
No, but he was just like,
Which one is mine?
the funny thing is, he goes, it only took 27 years and I found someone with the same toothbrush as me. I thought that was really romantic. We stopped talking.
He's been using the same toothbrush for 27
no,
years.
I'm saying we have the same toothbrush, but I don't know. It was just funny. But yeah, a spin the night bag is cute.
Yeah.
And I hate outside clothes in my bed. So you're gonna wear one of my t-shirts if anything. Don't get on my bed with your dirty clothes.
Yeah, I just like the lack of a hygiene routine is really, that's a wrap for me.
Yeah. It's
At
weird.
your grown age.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. It leads me to like be so terrified of like going over to like a guy, specifically his house, because I'm like, what if I really like him and then I go over and it's like a big
He doesn't even have
Yeah.
toilet paper.
Yeah.
He's been
And
using
that
a
would be a
washcloth
big
to
ick,
wipe his
too.
ass.
yeah.
We've all been there. Like been to a house like that. Especially when we were younger.
That happened.
Bro.
We've all been there.
Oh my God. You said that happened to you? Yes. I left. You ever been in a frat house?
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
It's
I'll never go in one again. Not that I have any reason to, but I'm just saying, like, seeing the way that men live in a collective like that,
Yeah.
it is the most astonishing and foul thing I've ever seen in my life.
No, sir. I'm good on that. Yeah, the grossness is
I
too
need a
much
clean
for me.
man. Man
Yeah.
that cleans his house.
100%.
A shallow thing for me. Shoes. What
Really?
shoes
Shoe
do you
game.
have on your feet? I am so aware
Really?
of the type of shoes that meant like. I went out with someone recently. He was wearing Sperry's.
No. That
What?
Not the
I'm like, what?
you just
for?
when you got a boat trip before, but you got a date at 7. Like
He shows up with a fresh pair of Toms.
I get you're from Jersey, bro, but like,
I'm crying.
You go to his house, he has the Toms flag on the wall.
oh my god.
Sperry topsiders. What about Sperry topsiders with like white Nike socks? Like in high school, they used to wear it like that.
Yeah.
Like it was a
Hold it
trend.
real high.
Yeah. Disgusting.
That is funny.
When you just left 2015, but you got a date in 2023.
Oh, he time traveled?
It's kind of sick, not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
If I could go back to 2017 and 2016. 2016 was one of the best years.
Is there like a specific kind of shoe that you would be like, that's a thumbs up? Or is it just the shoes that are like, that's a no?
I love a Converse.
Okay.
I love a Chuck Taylor.
Oh, yeah, I love a Chuck Taylor. I don't know. Yeah.
As long as it's not like sandals.
I wouldn't even
Also,
entertain
like
that.
dorky ass running shoes.
Yeah.
Like something my dad would wear. Ew.
Yeah, the list is definitely shorter of like shoes that I'm like are unacceptable. But like, I don't know, I love style. Like,
Yeah.
if a man has like nice style, it's such a plus.
You have 3 stylish ass women right here.
It's true.
You have to be up to the level.
Up your game a little.
Like
Yeah.
I can't be seen with you in public if you dress like a kindergartner. Like your
That's
mom
the thing.
dressed
It's like
you.
it's a plus if you have it, but it's like if you don't, I'm like, I can change you.
See, I thought about that. I don't know if I'm down.
I think that would be fun, honestly,
This
for
ain't
me.
Build a Bitch.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like style is one of the funny enough, I think I care about it the least, but I think it's because of my parents' relationship that I care about it the least. Because my mom is like beautiful, gorgeous, stunning, always had an outfit on, and my father wears the same 3 t-shirts on a loop. And so I think there's a part of me that's like in dating, I'm like, obviously I would love to date like a fashionable man. That would be so fun.
Yeah.
But if he wasn't, I don't think it would change how I feel. And I would kind of love to be like, you know nothing. You're dumb as fuck. I'm going to buy you everything. And all of a sudden you'll be like the sexiest person alive and everyone will be like, oh my God. And it'll just be more points for me. Cause they're like, oh, clearly she really does know
Yeah.
how to dress. Cause she's dressing other people now too.
Not
And
you
it
being
just
your
makes
man's
me look
personal
good.
stylist.
Put it
Honestly.
on a resume.
On a
Honestly.
resume. I did work here.
And that's why I think I'm cool that it's like part 1 because that's like what I saw growing up, but part 2 because I'm like, it just makes me look talented as fuck. And then the second we break up, he goes back to wearing the old shit, and everyone's like,
or
Yeah,
he just
no,
takes
his
it
mom's
and
like, I
gives
really
you no
miss
credit.
Maddie.
I'm taking all those clothes back, and it's going in my closet.
Taking all those clothes back. I have another ick that I only found out about myself recently.
Oh God, what was it?
And this is another one that's like, what? But I just feel this way. Heavy sleepers.
If you can't wake up for a fucking alarm
It
at
is-
your grown age,
I lose my mind.
yes.
And it's like, fine. Some of us are morning people, some of us are night people. But people who like in the mornings, they act like they've just been like awoken from a 5-year coma and they don't know where the fuck they are. They're looking around. Like that gives me the ick where I'm like, just wake up, just open your eyeballs and like spring up. Like, come on, let's get with it here. But it's beyond that because I had an experience within the last year where this is like when you're seeing someone and they have a habit of like falling asleep mid conversation at night. Like you're laying in bed talking and all of a sudden they're out. I get so mad. I'm like, are you not like connected enough to like you're conscious that you're able to be like, I'm falling asleep, I have to end this conversation. You just like nod off mid conversation. And then I'm like, hello, get out, leave. Like sometimes it's like I didn't even invite them to sleep over and they're already asleep. And I'm like,
that would
get
piss me
out of
off.
my bed then. Literally, it took me 45 minutes to get this man awake and out of my apartment. It's 2 a.m. I'm like, you're not sleeping over.
this is
You're not sleeping over. You're not. And he was like dead to the world. I'm like, are you not embarrassed? Why are you asleep
This is not
right
the
now?
Plaza Hotel.
Why did you fall asleep here? I don't know you like that. You're just randomly falling asleep in people's homes that you don't know. What if I was a fucking weirdo?
He has no care for his life.
Right?
He has no care for his life.
It gave me such the ick though, because I was like, the fact that I like couldn't get this man awake and I'm
Yeah.
like pacing around my apartment like doing chores and shit at 2 a.m. because I'm like, I can't wake this motherfucker up. I'm trying so hard.
Wait, this happened to me one time. But this guy slept over, okay? I wake up at like 9:30. I have work at 4, right? He is asleep. I took a shower. I put on a full face of makeup in my room with my vanity light on.
Back in the the brushes
Yeah,
around.
I dried my hair in my bathroom that was en suite, like connected to my room. I cooked a full meal, and this man is still asleep at 1 p.m., just snoozing in my bed. I'm like, damn, I must have the best bed ever, because how are you sleeping so soundly in my house? And when he woke up, like, oh, I didn't have anything to do. I was just going to let him sleep. Like, I don't care. But yeah, he goes, thank you for letting me sleep. I was really tired. This is not a hotel.
Yeah, this guy, I had seen him a couple times. He lived in Connecticut, but he had been traveling and he messaged me. He hadn't messaged me for like 2 weeks. And I was like, whatever, you're traveling. Like, I get it. Like, and he texted me. He was like, hey, I'm coming back. Like, would you want to like, could I stay over? Like, we could, hang out. He comes over and we're in my room and he falls asleep. But it's like 5 p.m. I'm like, okay, you've traveled, whatever. He was a heavy sleeper, and I went upstairs, and he was down there for so long.
Mango dropped a mega deuce just now. This place, like, all of a sudden, she just, like, ripped one.
Mango.
Dropped a bomb.
She just, like, really, it's fresh.
Oh my god, I can't. I try not to breathe through my nose.
I'm like, Mango, what the fuck did you eat? That's, like, really foul for her. Mango, now she's stressing me out. I'm like, does she have, like, a dingleberry or something? Why is it that fresh?
She's like, that bitch needs to get out of this house.
Mango, that's so bad.
Why do you think she hates you?
Because every time I come, she runs up.
Mango, can I check your bum for a second?
She's
Just gotta
checking the
make sure
cat's
there's nothing
bum.
on you, because that scent
You're
is
wafting
a little,
the scent,
it's a
Mango.
little concerning, that scent. So I just want to make sure there's no poop on you, because there very well might be.
But yeah, anyways, I saw this tweet that said, winter is coming, ladies, hide your apartments.
Seriously.
What?
Winter is coming, ladies, hide your apartments.
Do not let any man inside of your home.
They come for the skincare, the eucalyptus in the shower.
Honestly,
The
I
clean
fucking wish they
blankets.
would. I fucking wish they would.
I wish that they would
Use
have
the
that in their
products
house.
in the cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they had that shit in their house.
It's true.
Yeah.
There's something about a heavy sleeper, though, that I just...
Never thought about that before.
If it affects your dating life too, like if you have a plan with somebody
Right.
and they like went out the night before, stayed out super late, slept in,
Right.
like there's just no courtesy
I
with
just,
other
like-
people.
I think I need to date someone who's like, I don't know, at least somewhat similar to me sleep schedule wise. Like, I'm definitely a morning person, but I can be a night person. Like, if I need to stay up late, I can. And if I'm dating someone that's a night person, they need to be the same way in reverse. Like, oh, I'm not a morning person, but I can be. I can awake at an earlier hour the same way I can stay up late.
Like an adult should be able
Right.
to.
Right. I can't with people that are like, I'm a night person and therefore I'm dead to the world in the morning. If you try to awake me, I like cannot wake up. And yeah, vice versa. I just can't deal with it.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah.
I worked on Valentine's Day. at my restaurant job, right? I had so many men in there come in all flashy with their bitches with 3 dozen roses and a teddy bear, right? They come in, they spend like $300, $400, and then they leave like $10. Or the bill's like $296 and they'll leave you $300. You keep the change. Oh, no. Thank you. Oh my God. $4. And the thing is, I'm this waitress. If you're taking your girl out and you're in my section and you tip like shit, I'm going to ask you if everything was okay in front of your girl. Because I don't know if this is a first date or not. Because honestly, if a waitress said that to the man that I was out with, was the service all right? Like, according to the tip, we would never see each other again.
Yeah.
But the thing, I'm going to embarrass you in front of your girl. It's different if you came in and you didn't spend that much, yada, yada. But if you're coming in and spending big bucks.
Why is that happening in New York City?
Bro, it's crazy. And like, you're coming in all flashy and shit, spending money on your girl, but you're not tipping the waitress. Nah, tippers is a big thing for me, especially someone who's been in the service industry for 10 years. I do not fuck with it.
Yeah.
That's why restaurant dates are a great thing to go on, but no one wants to do it. It's too intimate for people.
Yeah,
I want to see how you tip. I want to see how you treat service industry people. I want to see, because
yeah, I know. I find all that discourse on TikTok of like what the acceptable types of dates to go on to be kind of strange.
yeah,
What do you mean?
Like some people are like, I will never go on a coffee date. Never.
I don't
Okay,
drink
Tanya.
coffee.
Well, that's fair.
It's hard. It's really hard to date. Like, I would love to go on a restaurant date, but people find it too intimate. They want to do a drink at a bar or a coffee date. They want to spend $8 and call it a day.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go eat food.
Yeah, I'm kind of like fine with anything. I don't really understand like the...
Or do something fun, you know?
Yeah.
Why do we have to go get a drink?
There would be nothing
so
that I
boring.
would be like, oh, that's too intimate.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just going to sit and have a conversation.
Yeah.
Where that happens, that doesn't matter to me. The only thing I don't want to do is like a movie date or something where you can't talk. But I feel like any other kind of date, I'm like, sure, I don't care. I'll go.
Yeah, it's never the first date I'm worried about. It's always the second. Like,
Yeah.
if I like someone, I'm like, I don't know why I put so much pressure on it. Like, especially if I'm like planning it, I'm like, what do we do? What do we do?
Yeah, I guess sort of similar to that is like, I feel like first dates, I'm kind of like, whatever we do is fine. As things start progressing though, if you're not planning like personalized dates.
See, like, I love a movie date. Not as a first date, though.
No.
As a second or third. Because, like, I don't know, film is a big thing for me. Not in a, like, snobby way, but, like, I love horror.
Drop your letterbox.
Yeah, I don't even have a letterbox, so I can't even act like that. But I'm just saying, I love the movies. Like, I rented out a fucking movie theater for my birthday party. Like, I love the movies. But it should be, like, something that, you know, we both want to watch.
Yeah.
I'm not going to just go see a movie just to see a movie.
Yeah, I've always hated watching movies with people, period. Like,
I think it's hot.
I hate like sleepovers. When like people are like, oh, let's watch a movie, I was always like, can we just sit and talk instead? Like movie watching,
each other's eyes.
movie watching to
Love
me is
watching movies with
Yeah.
people.
it's such a solo experience to me. I love watching movies alone, going to the movie theater alone.
Yeah.
Like I love it, but as a solo activity, whenever I'm with people and they're like, we should watch a movie, I'm like, no, we shouldn't.
You have to see if you're compatible movie watchers.
I love
Yeah.
going to the movies alone too, but like
Yeah.
sharing the experience of like a movie
A good
that I
movie.
end up loving,
Yeah.
or like that I already love. I love that experience of like whenever a certain moment that I love comes on, or just like the feeling that the movie makes me feel, and then knowing that my friend or whoever it is also hopefully feeling the same way. I'm like, oh, I love it.
If we're going to the movie theater, then I'm open to it with friends.
Yeah.
On a date, I would not be though.
When you
I
both
would say
reach for the
yes, but then I would
popcorn.
be like,
Oh, the Alamo
Okay.
Draft House is like my safe place.
I love the Alamo Draft.
I'm a
House.
Regal girly.
I love it. I'm
They have the
a
kids'
brand
box.
loyal.
I
Bites.
almost went to Cocaine Bear this morning. I was almost like, should I
wanna
go
see
to a 11 a.m. showing of Cocaine Bear by myself?
It'd be so lit.
I didn't do it, but I kind of am like, should I do that tomorrow?
Yeah.
Why not? That'd be lit.
Just me in the theater, no one else.
Love it.
Watching Cocaine Bear completely alone in a movie
That's
theater.
the best experience ever. I love having a movie theater to myself. I love it.
Just me and the Alamo Drafthouse server.
I went to see House of Gucci with a guy on a first date. It was one of the worst experiences of my life.
Yeah, that's a long movie.
It's a long
First
fucking on a first date. But here's the thing: it had just come out. I'm really attracted to Adam Driver. Okay, so like
That's a take.
sorry. I feel like
Yeah.
I need to just express that. Like I went to this movie for Adam Driver. Like I love Gaga, obviously, but
Yeah,
like
that's wrong answer.
sorry, unpopular opinion. But yeah, he's getting the popcorn and shit. I look down as he's typing in his PIN number on the screen. He's got dirty ass fingernails. So the whole time I'm like, I don't even want to share popcorn with this.
Ew.
And then we're in a fully packed theater. The only tickets left were the bottom row, right? And there's seats that recline. This man starts trying to feel me up in the movie theater
With his dirty.
Y'all are like
with
laying
his
down like
dirty
this, and
fingernails.
he's like,
And everyone behind us can see because
Yeah.
the seats are reclined. It's so embarrassing. I'm that girl in the movie theater in a fully packed. And, we're in the front row to like the right. So I'm having to like turn my head like this to look at the screen. And then he keeps like grabbing my chin and like pulling over to kiss him and stuff. And I'm like, why are you harassing me?
that's when I hit the button and I'm like,
So first date, and I literally told him that my roommate lost her key.
I love
And I
that.
left.
Do you think that men know that that's always a cop out when
He
someone's
totally
like,
knew because he never messaged
my
me
roommate's
again.
calling me. She's
Yeah.
sick. Her boyfriend broke up with her. She's locked out. Like, it's always a lie.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they know.
It's like, why can't I just tell this man, one, you've dirty fingernails. Two, you're trying to like assault me in a movie theater, in a fully packed movie theater, mind you.
The dirty fingernails are real.
Yeah, it's the dirty fingernails for me, but that's for the hygiene selection. I look at
never
fingernails.
Do that. I never get myself out of dates, and I don't know why. I'm like, because I don't know, feel bad. I don't want to. I'm resilient. I don't know.
I don't want to get killed.
No. I've honestly never been on like a I need to evacuate from this
I've
been on
date before.
So many.
I've dated bad guys, but
Yeah.
they're people that I end up going out with, and then like through dating we figure out that he's an asshole. But I've never been on like a first date where I was like, oh my god, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
It's only after when I'm like, oh my god, they were a sociopath.
Yeah.
Oh, and ick. Men who only talk about themselves.
Yeah.
Like they
yeah.
don't ask you any questions about yourself.
Yeah.
Like
that.
this is not the blank show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is the
He's being interviewed.
yeah, this is the it's a date show.
Yeah.
Why am I interviewing you? Like
All right. Are those all our icks?
Yeah, those are the top ones.
definitely not all. We'll update.
Yeah, we'll do a part 2. So, I guess you know what time it is.
Boom 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 boom.
Dominoes
Dominoes.
sponsors ITV Hub.
Never skip leg day, bro. Never skip arm day, bro.
Thank you.
I had to complete
You
it.
think it'd be burned into my brain?
Hello.
You're my girl from another show. A reptilian.
We're back in the villa, mate, for week 7 of Love Island UK. Oi, 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 oi.
Oi, Grafton boots have been hung up.
This week
She's got the iPad out.
on Love Island. Just pulling up my notes on my tablet here.
iPad kid. iPad kid.
So we've had kind of a crazy week. That we have. I've got so many notes. So I'll just start going through here.
Okay.
And we'll, let the people know what's up. So that the British public knows who they should be voting for in the upcoming week, which is very important. Okay?
Thank you.
people in the US, our feelings are on the line here, and it's up to you, the British public, to vote since we have absolutely no say.
And if you win that 50K, I would be happy to come on your trip with you.
Yeah. Just let me know. I want to go to the finale so bad.
That'd be so fucking fun.
Like, I just think it would be so fucking funny to like watch the finale later on and like see your face in the crowd. Like,
I'd show up in my Opali matching set so I could fit in with all the Islanders.
yeah, I'd show up in like Tom cosplay.
Like, semi,
You
like,
show up with a wig.
eyebrows.
Massive thighs.
Semi, like.
Like, I just think that would,
Northerners.
they need to get some Americans in that crowd.
They've probably banned.
No Americans at the Love Island
They're
finale.
illegally streaming.
I'm like, I will get my ass to South Africa. You just let me know when I need to be there.
Period.
Yeah, same. Let's go.
Period.
And I would.
I would
And
pay
would
good
go.
money.
If they were like, you can go, I'd be like, period. I'm there.
I'm there.
I'm fucking there.
I'm there.
So are they shipping Brits out?
They do, don't they?
I don't know that they pay for their flights. They can get the tickets like the same way you can request tickets for like Jimmy Fallon.
I see.
It's the same way for the Love Island finale, I believe,
Do you
which
think
is a
they
matter
camp
of
outside
luck.
the villa on the street? It's like they're camping on the
I just
street.
think it would be so crazy to like be in the villa. Like one time when I was in high school, we took a tour of the Jersey Shore house when I was on a mission trip.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I don't know. This
love
was fucked up. I know it's fucked up. I was on a mission
Those
trip.
two things do not
I know,
correlate.
which is why it's honestly we were slick back then. Was on a mission trip with my church. I used to do them every summer. It was after Hurricane Sandy. We were cleaning up Jersey. We were cleaning up the Jersey Shore, and
Save Jersey.
we convinced our church leaders to buy us a tour of the Jersey Shore house, and we went to the Shore store and we met Danny and we had him press our t-shirts, and then we got taken up back to go tour the house, and I was a disgusting psycho back then, so I was like, this is my favorite reality TV show. What am I gonna do to remember it? Because I'm so fucking funny. I'm gonna lick something in every single room. So I've licked the duck phone and I survived to tell the tale, but we don't know how. I've held the crocodile that Snooki loved. I sat in the confessional room. I laid
it's
on
the
Ron and
same?
Sam's beds. Yeah, it's all the same.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
Church
so
leaders
I
ever watched the show?
I do not think they did, because if they did, I'm sure they would not have let us. They wouldn't have purchased our tickets to tour that fucking house. But
They got scammed.
that was like a moment for like, it was so cool to be in the house and realize how small it is.
Yeah.
And like on TV, it seems so much bigger. And I was like, whoa, this is where this happened. This is where this happened. And like, I feel like going through the Love Island villa would be the same exact sensation. And I want it.
I can't believe they have tickets. Like someone's making money
Yeah.
off of the Jersey Shore house.
Oh yeah.
I
well,
wish
they
they'd
rent it
recreate
out.
the villa in the U.S. and you
Yeah.
could rent it like an Airbnb.
Honestly. Well, you can rent the Jersey Shore house.
Yeah.
They run tours when it's not rented, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But because it's expensive as fuck to
Like
rent.
you could they built a Love Island villa in the middle of the Vegas Strip. The U.S. version. I mean, we don't talk about her, but I'm saying they put a fucking villa in the center of the New York or the Las Vegas Strip.
I didn't know.
They did?
Yeah, that's where Love Island U.S. takes place.
Oh,
in Vegas.
really?
And you can see like the Venetian or whatever like in the
Oh,
back.
I
of
didn't
it.
even realize
So I'm like, honestly though, it blows my mind because it's not as secluded. So I'm just thinking, I'm like, they could have easy access to just be in the outside world. Like in South
Yeah.
Africa and stuff, it's like in the middle of fucking
if I
nowhere.
cared about the U.S., I'd be like
Yeah.
banging on the door of the villa.
Let me in. But yeah, they could like build
Oh my
one in
god, this is
Florida.
where Shaq cried. And Tom hugged him.
Wait, did you? Yeah. You sent in the group chat the tea on why he was actually crying.
Yeah.
Martin, there was like
That was a weird clip.
yeah.
He's a weird motherfucker.
So it was like last week there was a shot of Shaq crying, and it appeared that he was crying because of some, the Tanya shit after movie night.
Yeah.
But then Martin did an interview post getting out of the villa where he was like, oh, they cut that. What actually happened was I was
told him I
talking
could
to
fuck his
Shaq
girl.
and was saying like if we were out in the villa, like I could fuck Tanya whenever I wanted. Like I could.
Which is crazy.
And he like fully, like the editors of Love Island were like, we'll save him from that information being put out. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to get on a podcast and tell everyone what I said anyways. It makes him look like such an ass.
Yeah.
I was like, why did you
And I
say
liked
that?
Martin. I don't know why.
No comment.
And then I was watching, Ellie made a YouTube video on like all the things you didn't see. And there's a lot. I watched like most of her video on like what was cut and what like things were made to look differently than they actually were. Apparently there was a lot more girl drama in like the first weeks than was shown on TV.
I'm not surprised by that at all.
Let me guess who was in the cool. Olivia.
Yeah.
Wait. Olivia. Maxwell.
I can't. All right. So at the beginning of the week, we just had Rosie and Keenan enter the villa. Casey locks in, says that he wants to get to know Rosie, and Claudia's really upset about that. I think that right from the jump here, Casey's being a fucking pussy because he very clearly does not like Claudia, but instead of ending it, he's like, I'm just gonna do my options here. Won't outright say to Claudia that he's not interested in her, which he's already expressed privately to the boys, to Tom specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like Casey.
Right beginning of the week, we know this about him.
Yeah, it's like, you don't need more time. That's what they say. It's like, because they don't want to look bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just like, all this shit is recorded.
Right.
Just say it with your chest. Like,
Right.
if I was on Love Island, I would go back and watch all the episodes afterwards just to see.
For sure.
And I would read on Twitter. The minute I got out and got
For
my phone
sure.
back, I'd be on Twitter looking at all that shit. I would look up my name, look it up to see what people are saying. Because, it's all edited, but at the same time, like, how much can you really edit
Right.
a clip?
Like
that?
they've now been in there how many weeks? It's like I'm sure at times they are forgetting they're on camera.
Yeah.
Like that happens on Big Brother all the time, and that's why Big Brother has had so many scandals.
Yeah. But like I was like, well, Casey had the conversation with Tom where he says to Tom that he doesn't feel a connection with Claudia. And then like immediately after that conversation, he goes and like sits with Claudia to have a conversation. And he's like, I really like you.
Yeah.
Immediately after.
And she's like, oh my God, I was so worried.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then, he's like exploring both when it's like obvious that he just like needs to end things with Claudia. Which is like, this is the problem with you fucking idiots. Like, if you want to date another person, that's fine. You feel how you feel. The problem is how you fucking handle it.
Yeah. Right, because he's like, the whole thing, he's like, I'm not disrespectful. And for the most part, like, after he said it, he was fine. But, like, he should have acted that way from the jump. Just been like,
Well, it took him forever to actually end it with Claudia.
I know,
like, he
We
waited.
sat there
It
and
was like
watched her
3
cry
days.
for 3 episodes, and I was so sick of it.
When she's
I was so
with
sick
Ian.
of it.
Ugh, love you.
But you know what? When I felt like throughout those final episodes before Claudia left, though, Claudia ends up leaving. Anyways, I'm skipping ahead. But in those few episodes before that happens, I actually was starting to really like her. And I've been sort of like indifferent to her for most of the season, but I started liking her throughout the ending of the Casey situation because she appeared to be like stars. They're just like us. Like she was having a normal human reaction and not like a reality TV reaction. Like when she chose to go sleep on the daybed, I think the initial reaction was everyone to be like, why is she sleeping on the fucking daybed? But like if I was in the villa and I had to fall asleep next to the guy that I've liked for several weeks and I've been dating as he's sleeping with another person, like I'd be crying in the fucking room in front of everybody, put my ass on the daybed. Absolutely. Get me out that room because they're going to hear me sniffling all night and that's fucking embarrassing. Yeah. So I was like, when she was out on the daybed, I was like, period, me too. I'm too weepy for that.
I just thought Keenan was so cute. So I was like, girl, why are you crying right now?
Over this short king.
When Keenan walked into the villa.
It was too late.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, she wasn't even open to get
Right.
like, you know, and
Yeah.
she made the whole thing about. This is like when you go on a date with somebody and they talk about their ex the entire time. That's what it was. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
your tissue. She
Yeah.
used Keenan as a fucking tissue.
Yeah.
Bless him.
So in the midst of all of this happening, Ron asks Lana to be his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So that's happening. Casey, the next day, is sitting talking with Tom and Will and straight up says to both of them that he likes Rosie more, and then ends the conversation by saying, I'll let Claudia know when the time is right. I'll let her know when the time is right. I'm like, clear, you already fucking know.
Yeah.
You know that you don't like her. What do you mean when the time is right? Like, you're a coward.
There were so many times during this week when the camera was on Casey. I'm like, does he have Botox? What is up? Like his eyes
Honestly, probably.
are always open, and his eyebrows are perfectly arched.
Yeah.
I like couldn't even concentrate on what he was saying.
I feel like they all have work done.
yeah.
Like, all of them.
It's a prerequisite.
Yeah.
Before you go
In
in.
order to go on Love Island, you have to be.
Yeah.
You need veneers.
Yeah, you need
Botox,
veneers, Botox,
I love good
and
teeth.
eyebrow
and a
lamination.
lip filler.
Eyebrow lamination.
Yeah.
What I didn't like was it would show Casey like mugging her off, right? And then he'd be like, they'd be upstairs and he'd be like running behind her and hugging her, like,
Yeah.
asking if she's
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I'm like,
Right.
this feels too familiar.
Well, this is
to
the
me.
thing. Like, you can't like be like, oh, I'm being a nice guy, I'm being respectful, by not telling her and being like,
Yeah.
it behind closed doors to the men and to Rosie being like, yeah, I don't like Claudia, I like you more, and then being like, but I'm a good guy, so you keep flirting with Claudia to like make her feel loved. That's your version of being a good guy and being respectful. If you were respectful, you would have ended it the second you knew
Yeah.
that you weren't that into her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did like how straight up Claudia was. She was like, I don't want a hug from you. Like,
Yeah.
get away from me.
I don't want your pity hug.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But I just don't like that they made it take up so much
Yeah, same.
time.
Well, yeah,
Like,
they had literally nothing else going on at the beginning of the week. So all of a sudden we were inundated with Casey and Claudia drama when honestly I felt like neither of them had gotten that much screen time before
Yeah.
earlier this week. And so it was like suddenly that was all we were watching.
Yeah. And then intertwined with Casey's bullshit, it caused a fucking avalanche of so many other problems.
Yeah.
Like, and I just felt like it all didn't need to fucking happen.
No.
Like,
So while in the middle of all of this, producers go, it's time for Snog, Marry, Pie.
Love it.
yep.
The producers are so good.
Let's hit us with Snog, Marry, Pie. Most of it is, fine, predictable. But what the drama here, again, it's really just Claudia and Casey that there ends up being drama with. Casey kisses Rosie and marries Claudia. And that obviously doesn't end up going over well. So in reaction, nearly all of the girls ended up pieing him in defense of Claudia, which I loved.
And they all band together like, really get it in there.
Load it up, babes. Keep going.
This is the pie of the century.
And then Claudia just smacks in his face and they're all just cheering on the sideline.
What did Will say about the pie? There was something he said. He made a quote. He was like, "That's a big pie," or something like that. He kept doing ad libs and shit.
I just
zoom
like,
in on him.
I imagine that is like super cathartic.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I would love to do that.
Like, I wish that was like an opportunity presented to everybody.
Yeah. Like a literal pie.
Yeah.
I love that it's just a slice of cake with whipped cream on
I
it.
know.
It's not even a real pie.
I would hate that though. Like, whipped cream is so nasty. And the fact that they like don't let them shower, like, I'm assuming they don't let them shower
the
it
hell
off
was
immediately
that?
afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, Casey's just sitting covered in whipped cream, like trying to have a real conversation with Rosie.
I'd break out.
But it's like after every challenge they do that's messy, I feel like they're always sitting around the villa just like in the mess afterwards.
I
So I'm
think-
like, the producers definitely tell them that they can't wash it off immediately.
I think it's because they have to go film their interviews.
that
that are happening.
That is so
Yeah.
fucking true. They definitely have people
And
going
the
in and
getting
out of
ready
the
Yeah.
segment
So
yeah.
they
is
have
like
to
a big
wait
part.
to do it. So
Damn.
it looks
For
like
sure.
it's like, oh my God, this just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gross.
'Cause, like, I'd be losing my mind. Every time I'd be like, I have to go first because I have to shower immediately.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah.
I love when
Casey
they
was
do the
sitting there.
shower montage shots
Casey had whipped cream all over him for like 12 hours.
Yeah, honestly.
in his luscious hair.
The other thing that happened during Snog, Marry, Pie was that Tom and Will, I believe, both married Claudia and did like a little speech on how she's like so beautiful and gorgeous and deserving of love and all that. And post that, Casey gets mad at Tom and Will for supporting Claudia, knowing how shit he's been feeling about not communicating with Claudia and making her feel awful as a result. I'm like, I literally wrote in my notes, this man needs a lobotomy. I'm like, why the fuck? Does he even know what he's upset about? He's like mad at Tom and Will for being nice to Claudia. I was like, what is he actually mad at here?
I know it turned into such a thing.
I'm like, if he actually like gave a fuck about Claudia, wouldn't he be like thank God there are these people making her feel better when I've made her feel like such shit.
It's because he's such a boy's boy. He's like, why aren't they here for me? I don't know.
He's like, you guys made me feel worse. Like, maybe you should feel
You
worse.
suck, dude.
If even your male friends, which normally men don't stick up for women.
Yeah.
So if even your male friends are like taking accountability for you,
Right.
that should say something. So that makes me think that it was actually so much worse than what was shown.
Yeah.
Because the fact that the men were like standing up for Claudia, that really says something to me. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah.
So Will kissed Claudia, and I was so surprised that
Yeah.
Jesse wasn't mad. But she's such a girl's girl, but it's like, isn't that why y'all?
Yeah.
So much
I guess
drama.
because it was a challenge. She
Yeah.
was just like, whatever about it. But yeah, there's something like so funny to me about being like, you guys know how hard this has been for me. When
I've been
you're the
feeling shit.
asshole. And you're like, you guys know that I've been feeling like super bad about being an asshole. Like, how could you fucking be nice to her? Make me feel like more of an asshole. Hello? And then shortly after the challenge, Claudia ends up talking with Casey and says to him verbatim, you've made the decision days ago, but you've been too afraid to say it, which is true.
Yeah.
And he immediately starts going, I disagree. And I was like, we have footage of you from 3 days
Roll the
ago
tape.
saying that you weren't into her. She is right. And now you're lying straight to her face. I can't with this man. The fact that I liked him initially, I'm done saying nice things about men.
I didn't like
Shaq,
him.
I'm talking about you too.
The minute Lana got the ick and I could see them kissing in the challenge, I felt that same ick, Lana. Oh, it was just so cringe. But I guess it's
Yeah.
because it's like everybody else is pretty settled in their couple, so.
Well, that's why I feel like the reason why he didn't dump Claudia before Rosie came in is because if he did, he would have been vulnerable.
Yeah. That's true.
He's definitely playing a game.
Because he knew pre-Rosie that he wasn't into Claudia.
Yeah.
And he's accusing other people of playing a game.
Which, yeah,
Oh my god.
I can't. I
Olivia
cannot.
and Casey are the same person
Yep, I agree.
in different fonts.
So I think that's basically, yeah, that's sort of what starts happening now. Jesse pulls Casey to call him out for being mad at Will and Tom. And Casey's immediately like, why are you getting involved? And being super mad at Jesse. And my favorite like little line he gave to her was like, well, now you've just made me feel even shitter.
Good, bitch.
I was like, I don't know. I didn't really understand. I mean, that was definitely like a producer orchestrated conversation. There's no way Jesse would have organically gone up to him. But like, why was he getting so pressed about it?
It was just
Because he doesn't like holding himself
and
accountable.
it was just another, more fuel to the fire. He could just add it on and be like, now this,
Right.
like.
That night, Sammy and Tom end up going to the hideaway, and then later
God.
in bed, Jesse's laying talking to Will, and she says, I don't think anybody speaks their true minds in here, which is true. And I said this last week when I was talking about how we don't have like anybody in the villa who like is actually like a bad bitch, an Ekin-Su, a Mora, an Amber, an Anna,
Period.
like someone to really stir shit and call people out. And then I guess Casey hears her talking and says, get a life, Jesse, because he thinks that they're talking about specifically him, which, yeah, you were included in that for sure. But it's also an overall statement because you're all acting like that, to be fucking honest.
He has to go.
And he's gonna go. I'm putting money on it.
I thought I was a little worried for Sammy going to the hideaway with Tom because he's such a dog. But it was kind of funny. It was kind of like
I like them.
The handcuff moment.
They're growing on me too,
yeah.
honestly. And
Why did she handcuff him to the lamp? That should
Now
make
that
me so
he's-
nervous.
Now that he's run through the whole house,
Yeah,
Right.
you know,
he
he's-
is Adam Collard.
he is alcohol.
Same
that was so
stature and
funny.
everything.
Yeah, I was a big Tom hater at the beginning, but to be honest, I think I'm rooting for them to win now. Out of everyone that's left,
Ron and Lana.
either Ron and Lana or Sammy and Tom, but I'm kind of rooting for Sammy and Tom. Ron and Lana, I lost my love for Lana through the Olivia stuff
Yeah.
and like how they were talking shit. I don't know. Was that
Well, now
this week?
Sammy's starting to annoy me too.
So next day, Casey is like on a rampage.
It's a little rampage.
Saying that he thinks that Jesse thrives off of drama and is fake. And
Does he say that? Fake? Does he use the word fake?
verbatim
That's their favorite word in there. It's Olivia's favorite word. Not genuine.
says that she thrives off drama is fake. And then when he says that, like he's saying it to other people and they all just sort of like sit around and nod their heads. None of them seem to have their own opinions. Like all of these people are just yes men. So of course they don't understand Jessie speaking her mind and going against that when they're all just so like word.
She was
Yeah.
sticking up for her man.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I'd do it too.
And she's done the same for everybody else too, which they
Exactly.
also started getting mad at and saying, oh, even at movie night she was sticking her nose in other people's business. I'm like, she was being a fucking friend. You guys have an issue with that? You're gonna call being a good friend fake? You guys are so dumb. It's actually beyond
Well,
me.
that's the thing. They recognize there's a problem and they say it and then don't even talk about it. Like when they,
Yeah.
I can't even remember what it was, but they were like, all right, guess that's solved.
Right.
And then it's
there was a
still-
riff with the boys. They were
It's
like,
squashed.
guys, I feel a rift's going on here. And they all just stare at each other and
They're
go,
like, "All right,
glad we talked
good."
about it, boys. See you guys later. And it's like, they don't say anything. And then there's like a group of them all sitting on the day beds. And Olivia is being a fake fucking friend to Jessie and talking shit about her to everybody, and is like, well, me, Rosie, and Lana were up on the terrace talking about it this morning about how we don't think that Jessie's genuine, which is just like fucking crazy because Jessie has been like nothing but nice to all of those girls.
Yeah, the comment, and then like when they talked about it after, and she's like, "Oh, right, prove me wrong then."
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah, the math there is just not working, where it's like you're using the word fake over and over again and you're like, okay, why is she fake? And you're like, she's fake because she's constantly stirring drama and getting in everyone else's business. Okay, what do you mean by that? And the examples are of her standing up for her friends and the
Yeah.
people that she cares about. That's fake? That seems like literally the opposite of fake.
Yeah. It felt like how Kai dealt with it too. Like he just, when he was talking about Olivia, like didn't say why. Like I felt like he was sort of justified in that, but Olivia was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna have this conversation, and walks away.
Yeah.
She's a
Such
fucking
a
menace.
hypocrite.
She's a menace, bro.
Yeah, then there's like a girls' chat that happens around like the fire pit, and they start walking up, like Lana and Olivia, being like, it doesn't need to be a big deal. Like, it doesn't need to be a girls versus girls thing. It's like, you guys are the ones that started the drama. You guys were the ones that were talking shit. What do you mean it doesn't need to be a girls v girls thing? You're the one who started it.
And Jesse's like, well, what did you say? Oh, nothing.
I don't want to have
didn't
this
say
conversation.
that. I didn't
Convenient
say
for
that.
you to say, Liv. Like, you're the fucking bully.
I never said that.
Right. Olivia all of a sudden has never said the word fake before, never doubted Jesse's, you know, truthfulness, trustfulness, whatever. All of a sudden Olivia is like an angel who's never said anything wrong.
Yeah.
And she like storms away from the conversation.
I want there to be a movie night too of just Olivia and all the shit she said.
Honestly, I saw a compilation someone made on YouTube earlier today.
Because I feel like when they leave the villa, if I see her hanging out with people, it's gonna really grind my
That
gears.
was wild how they just brushed over that in movie night when she's talking so much shit about the girls and they don't say anything to her.
Yeah.
And Claudia has her arm around her and there's
As
a clip.
she's talking
Yes,
shit.
and I'm just like, I can't wait. And nothing came out of it. I was so mad.
Yeah. But throughout all of this happening, I was glad that like Claudia and Sammy were really sticking up for Jesse. So I was like, well, that's good. At least not all of them are like the fucking worst. At least Sammy and Claudia were sticking up for her. And also, Will is still on my shit list for what he did, but I liked how he was standing up for Jesse and like
Everyone
not
in here's a
taking.
snake.
Yeah.
They're moving like snakes.
I was like,
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
I'm livid. No, I'm
I really
livid.
want. I don't know. Well, I like Will a little bit.
yeah. I don't like what he did. But
I like his style.
if he didn't do what
He
he
dresses
did,
like a TikTok.
it would be such an easy win for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But the thing is, he came back from it, and I feel like his emotions were genuine about how bad he felt. Like, I feel like he was being egged on by everyone else in the villa. Like, yeah, because I think they kind of like to poke fun at him a little
Yeah.
and like make him like he's like a dancing clown or something. They like to make him do things. So they were probably like, no, this is Casa Amor. Like, this is the time to like branch out. Like, there's so much we didn't see.
I mean, I definitely think he felt like he had to prove, like he said, he's like, I'm a game player. Like, he felt somewhere in his head that he had to prove something. So dumb.
But the thing is, like, I think he genuinely regretted it. And I think, I don't know, how much can you do in that little house?
Yeah. I mean, I believe that he regretted it, but I also hated how, like, he in the aftermath of it, he made a lot of it about himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, when he's crying around the fire pit.
Oh, yeah. And
When, like, Jesse should really be the one crying right now.
Yeah.
And even, like, all of a sudden hitting her with, like, the I love yous while she's trying to work through her feelings. I was like, that's a lot. Like, if she's, like, still feeling the hurt right now, and you're like, oh, by the way, I love you. Hee.
yeah.
So, I don't know. He's kind of on my shit list. I really like his personality. I think he's fun. They were my favorite before all of it happened, but afterwards I was kind of like, yeah, I'm sure you do regret it. But there's something
Jesse's a
about the way
bad
you moved
bitch.
that I just don't
I
like.
know.
She's a bad bitch.
It's true.
I love how she always wears stripper heels.
Yeah.
And then Will ends up talking to Casey directly, calls him out. And Casey's straight up lying the whole entire time, saying he'd never called Jesse fake. And I'm like, if you're going to talk shit, commit to it.
Yeah.
If you're going to
Say it
stir
with
the
your
pot,
chest.
do it then.
I said what I said. That should be the energy. Like, I said that.
Like, you only
do you wanna
look
do
like
about
a
it?
super snake if you can't commit to what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's when he blames it on Maxwell, right?
Yeah.
That part?
Maxwell.
He's like, it's all Olivia and Maxwell. They've been talking shit over there.
I wasn't even here.
As if Casey didn't start the whole fucking thing. It all goes back to him.
I do think Olivia's using Maxwell a little bit as her puppet, but like they
For
both
sure.
in that conversation
For
were
sure.
saying shit about Jesse.
Yeah. So then that night in bed, I don't know if you guys saw that shot of Shaq and Tanya swirling tongues in bed.
Ugh.
It disturbed the fuck out of me.
They be macking.
I was like, what the
Horniest couple.
fuck are you guys doing? Like, it was like their heads
I
were
missed
like
that.
far enough apart that it was like
they
like I could see them,
they
the
are
tongues
freaky.
exiting their mouth, like tongue fully
They
emerged.
were doing the washing machine.
I was like, that's so fucking gross. Like, why can I see that? If you're gonna do that with your tongues, like, your lips should be touching, no? Why can I see that? Why can I see it? I was so disturbed.
And it's quiet as hell in there, so you can just hear.
Right?
And the next morning they're always
No,
like,
and then
they're
you hear
waking
Tanya
up,
go.
and they wake up the next morning. They're like, "So how was everyone's night?" And they're like, "That bed was really loud."
I can't.
Wet.
So bad.
Nah, they are freaky. Freaky.
Oh my god, the shots of them when they're in the hideaway and it's like their feet, like,
I know.
hanging off the bed.
So that next morning, Olivia and Lana are having a conversation, which I think that they are both like, do they have short-term memory loss or what the fuck is going on? Because they're sitting complaining about Claudia and Sammy being good friends to Jesse, and being like, the word fake was never even said, which it was
37 times.
I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Well, you seem to really believe your own lies too, where you're like, we never even said that. And they're like, yeah, we never even said that. And it's like, but you fucking did. And it's recorded. So what do you mean? Like, you must genuinely believe that you never said it then, if you're willing to say on camera that you never said it.
Thoughtless.
Reunion's gonna be crazy. I hope they make a compilation of the word fake.
Honestly, I would love that, because they need to like just use the like fan compilations that people are making of Olivia being a hypocrite, because she needs to see.
Yeah.
Then they end up going to the beach club. They send him off.
I love when they do that. They're like, "Oh my god, we're at the beach club." It's like, you know what's about to happen.
ensues.
Like, yeah.
This is gonna be the worst day of your life, actually.
Casey and Claudia end up fighting at the beach club.
Period.
It was gonna happen because
Yeah.
he's been an asshole. So good
And
for
Jesse
her.
goes,
Go
"What
off.
you just did over there was boss bitch."
And they're just going around cutting to all the different couples having very planned conversations. Every time I see Kai, I'm like, how the fuck is he still here? I see him like once an episode, and every time he's on screen, I'm like, he's still fucking here? This is the most boring man
want
alive.
him and Sanam to win. Like, they have a popular following.
I just learned that this week.
Yeah.
I was like saying, you know, in the group chat of the fantasy league that I'm in, all of this, and the British public allegedly loves Kai,
Because of Olivia.
which is crazy because he did the same thing.
Yeah. But he
No, and
he didn't do it the Olivia way, though.
But he was also just as messy as she was.
I agree.
Well, I think it's just because, like, he was the one that pied her off and the public doesn't like her.
I don't get it. I'm like, that man is boring as fuck.
You know?
That's why people want them to win. They're rooting for them. Like, you know, he's a teacher, she's a social worker. So they're making it like, if anyone deserves this $50K, it's like the nice, wholesome.
British public, do not let that happen.
Which I think they're cute. It's just
That man, I don't even understand how he's a teacher. He's got rocks for brains. Every time I hear him talk, he's like,
Isn't he
I
a
can't
PE
believe it.
teacher?
He's a PE teacher?
Yeah.
But the thing is, most teachers who are like, most coaches are have to be teachers. I don't know if they do that in the UK, but like
So
here,
he's probably like, all right.
your soccer coach is also your U.S. history teacher, and it's like the easiest class you've ever been to. Yeah,
That makes so much more sense to me that he's a PE teacher. I was
they
like,
all think
what the
he's so
fuck is
smart.
he capable of teaching?
They all think he's so smart.
PE.
So we're at the beach club. All these conversations are happening. Yada, yada, yada. Public votes end up putting a few couples in the bottom. Olivia and Maxwell, Claudia and Keenan, Rosie and Casey, and Tanya and Shaq. I expected Claudia to be swapped with Kai and Sanam before learning that the British public loves Kai and fucking, I don't get it. The couple that ends up being dumped, which is the couple that got the least votes from the British public, is Olivia and Maxwell, which I was gagged. I was like,
I knew.
what?
No, I knew.
I figured it was going to be Casey and Rosie strictly because of the fact that it had been like literally 2 episodes and he had been such an asshole.
Everyone
British-
is that sick of Olivia.
No, the
Like, they
British
didn't even
public
care.
are haters.
I was like, damn,
while I'm
really?
watching, I go and read live tweets. I think it's the funniest shit, and they have no filter. It is the funniest shit I've ever seen, and they hate Olivia.
Yeah.
They were just like, I don't know why they didn't get her out sooner, but the fact that she overshadowed the Casey and Claudia drama.
I'm like, I don't like I don't like Olivia either, but I don't know that my hatred for Olivia is like the way that the British public feels about her. I don't like her, but like I hate Tanya more than I hate Olivia.
Yeah.
I think that Tanya's behaved worse than Olivia has.
Manipulator.
Shaka Taka.
So
But do I think Shaq and Tanya are more genuine than Olivia and Maxwell? Absolutely. I think she was using the shit out of him. I think everyone can see
I can
that.
agree with that.
Yeah.
So the twist here is that there's another couple being dumped from the villa tonight.
My mind.
And the power is in the hands of not the public, not your fellow islanders, but Olivia and Maxwell.
Dun, dun, dun. They did that on purpose. It's like,
yeah.
with the history that Love Island has, I can't believe that like the producers do that, because it's like you already know they're gonna have so much hate. And then I mean, the decision they ended up going with was safe, but like if they could have chosen Kai and Sanam.
And literally,
I thought they would.
I was texting in the group being like, I know they're gonna pick Claudia and Keenan, but I wish that Olivia would be a shady fucking bitch and take out Kai. That would
That
have
was
made me
her
like her.
chance.
That would have made me like her. I would have been like, bold. Good for you.
I'm like, you were talking all this shit.
Take that man out.
Yeah, come on.
But I'm like, could they only pick from the other vulnerable couples, or was it everyone?
No, I think
They
it was
didn't make
everyone.
it clear. Because I was like, if it was everyone and Olivia convinced Maxwell to get rid of Kai and Sanam, I would have lost
Her little
it.
puppet.
Like, I would have been like, that is iconic. As much as I am not an Olivia fan, that would have been fucking legendary. She was like, just like, let me go out being a hater ass bitch.
I'm like, go out the same way you came in.
I would have loved it. I would have been like, at least you're committing to it. And you're like, this is real. This is me. Kai, get the fuck out the villa.
Being the couple that got the least amount of votes, she's probably like, let me save some face.
Yeah.
You know?
So yeah, they end up taking Claudia and Keenan with them. And then Olivia, as she's leaving, she's like giving a little speech to everyone in the villa. And she's like, I know you'll all miss me telling you like it is. And I was like, you really think you're an Ekin-Su, and you are not.
But you don't tell it like it is. Someone calls you out on your bullshit,
Right.
and you're like, I never said that.
You did none of the sort, Bibes.
She's like, I relentlessly pulled Kai, so therefore I am boss bitch.
She was like, she really seemed to believe that like she was the like blunt, tell it like it is one of the villa, when that is just not who she is. But that to me, when she said that as she was going, I was like, oh, she's in for a rude awakening when she leaves. Because she definitely doesn't understand how she's been perceived if she thinks that that is.
Yeah. It's that memory loss in it.
So there it is. Those people are gone.
Bye, Keenan.
Then we get to Sports Day. So there's a little bit of drama. A little bit of drama happening at Sports Day.
so funny.
Extra. Like, damn.
That was like the most interesting thing.
I'll be honest, I was Team Tom through and through. I was like, why the fuck are you guys being bullies?
Me too.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
I wanted their team to win.
And they were like, Tom, chill out, after being assholes. And I was like, you guys chill out.
No, Shaq, like.
So you knew what you were doing from
Right.
the get, and you waited, and then I don't know.
So basically, it's Sports Day. They play like 5 different little games. They split up into teams. They do these weird fucking, I don't know, like
I was
playground.
belly
Egg
laughing.
race,
Belly
Yeah.
laughing,
water balloons.
And yeah.
bouncing on a ball.
And so it's just like, you know, the winners take the glory. And one of the teams was cheating several times over
On film.
throughout Sports Day, which was pissing off the other team. They were all being playful about it, including Tom. I actually felt very connected to Tom in that moment, because I didn't think that he was having any type of reaction, but they were all being like, oh, Tom, calm down.
So loser.
And I was like, he's not doing anything.
because they know it's like they said poke the bear. They're like, who's the one person we know is gonna get pissed off if we pick on them?
I was like, he's literally not even being a sore loser. Like nothing is going on. Like Tom was like totally neutral and just like being like, oh, you guys are cheating, which you were. Other team ends up winning. And then post sports day, they keep picking fun at Tom, calling him a sore loser and saying that he's being so dramatic and like all this
Without
shit.
losers, there cannot be winners. And they hold up the little trophy.
Yeah. But I was like, why are you
that
guys
pissed me
doing
off,
that?
too.
I
It was
hate
like just
sore winners.
well, that was what was happening. Like
Sore
there was
winners.
no sore
Yeah.
losers. It was only sore winners, and it was just like typical bully behavior.
Yeah.
But they seemed convinced that they weren't the problem in that scenario, and that it was just Tom being too fucking sensitive. I was like, why are you guys being bullies for no fucking reason?
Yeah, it annoyed me because it's like you knew what was going to happen and you still did it anyways because you thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And in that was like the first time in so long that I liked Tanya again because she
Right.
like confronted Shaq. She was like, now, like what you did was wrong and now it's a thing and you need to apologize.
Yeah. Right. And then while all of that is happening, they're still going, oh, it's just a game, which is like a funny thing to say when you're the one being a bully.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be an asshole, and then when someone is like, stop being an asshole, you're like, oh, it's just a game. Don't be so sensitive. Like, nobody cared about the fucking game, you asshole. It's you guys doing whatever the fuck
Yeah.
you're doing right now.
Yeah, and then Shaq used it as like a just gotta win with Tanya.
Yeah.
When he went to go apologize to Tom.
Squashed it.
Yeah.
It's over.
Lame.
Yeah, I was like, suddenly I'm defending Tom? What the
Weird.
fuck?
I know.
Next day, we get to the ranking challenge. Most of this was funny to me. Them arguing about who wears skinny jeans was making me lose my fucking mind when they were asked to rank the most stylish couples.
The ostrich pants that Shaq wears, that was enough of a crime. He literally
Yeah.
looks like, what's that fucking show? Yabba Dabba Doo, like something. He looks like Big Bird in those pants, like
How?
with the lines. Those
Yeah.
pants are a hate
That
crime.
is bad, but also how on God's green earth do they think Casey is stylish?
Yeah, I don't know.
He said, didn't he say everyone else was basic?
And they put him up there and go, hell no, you're not up there. And he wasn't. He wasn't.
Yeah. I don't even remember who was up there.
Ron and Lon. I
feel
thought
like-
Jesse has such great style.
I think all of the girls usually look great, but all of the men usually look bad. So I'm like, I can't even rank you as couples.
I like Will's little shirts.
I know, me too. But his potato shoes are god awful.
Yeah. So, but that was like a softball. Then we get to like the ranking the one-sided couple, which that's still pretty much a softball too. They guess Casey and Rosie are in third place, Will and Jesse are in second, and Shaq and Tanya are in first, and all of those were correct.
It felt like while they were doing it, they weren't like they were trying to just speak their mind, but never once said like, "This is what the public thinks." Like,
Yeah.
this is what we're supposed to be doing.
Well, I feel like the whole thing started taking a more personal turn the longer
Yeah.
it went on. Definitely didn't need to, but none of them were being very specific with their words. They all have a communication problem in that villa.
Well, that's what I was saying. I'm like, you could have just used that as a cop out to like
Yeah.
say what you said.
Right.
They just kept getting more and more personal.
Yeah. Then we have most likely to have heads turned when you leave the villa. Argument starts because Tanya really doesn't think she's going to be up there, which of course she is. Of course she fucking is. Ron and Lana get voted worst sexual chemistry.
I mean, seeing him with Tanyelle and seeing him with Lana is like polar opposites.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why did that never like? Yeah, I always was like, okay, something's gonna happen. Nothing.
Him
ever
and
did.
Tanyelle had mad sexual
Because
chemistry.
Tanyelle wasn't into him, probably.
No, just in general, they were always.
Yeah.
I know, but nothing ever came out of it.
I know, but I don't know about all that. I think there was more to that we didn't see. But
Interesting.
yeah, but seeing him with Tanyelle versus seeing him with Lana, there's no sauce. There's no sexual chemistry. I don't see it from what we see anyway. But I think that was really valid.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
Yeah.
But also it's like if they need to like stop taking it personally and be like, this is just what the public sees. They're not saying that like this is the truth. You just guys, your job here is to predict what the public thinks. So if you know that you're not a PDA couple and you're surrounded by PDA couples, you're probably going to be voted the least sexually compatible. Obviously.
They couldn't get it through their little heads.
Yeah, and that was especially apparent when we got to the most game playing couples, and people started throwing out different names. Rosie throws out Kai and Sanam. Kai throws out Tom and Sammy. Will throws out Tanya and Shaq, and Tanya's pissed, refuses to go up there. I was like, I'm not getting up there. And it's like, you're just predicting what the public thinks. Obviously, you're fucking up there, Tanya. Be for real.
Be so
She's
for
so
real.
daft. Like she really doesn't think she did anything wrong.
Which makes it so much worse.
I know.
She's the worst in there.
Bruh.
And then Shaq, I don't know what he all of a sudden got like real worked up about this too. And he lashes out by saying that Ron and Lana need to go up there because Ron only made Lana his girlfriend because she's well liked. Which I was like, that's a random
But
jab.
I'm like,
that
how
didn't
do
need
you
to be
know
thrown.
she's well liked by the public?
Right.
How do you know?
I was just like, you just didn't even need to say that.
No.
Like you could have just said that like,
Yeah, that was so weird.
I was like, it was just a random fucking jab. And I was like, okay,
That's
what
so-
the fuck was that about?
I mean, he hasn't even made Tanya his girlfriend.
I don't know what's going on in there.
Because he knows the public doesn't like
Well, I'm just
Right.
saying, why are you speaking? Someone made someone their girlfriend. They didn't have to do all that.
Right.
I feel like that's pretty genuine. I might be proven wrong later, but I'm just, like, they're not even in a relationship.
Yeah.
So, who the fuck knows?
And then Kai is like, grow up and just get up there, which I was like, first time that I like Kai.
Slay.
So
I'm
then
trying to win a party here.
for the most game playing couples, they send up Will and Jesse for third. It was actually Ron and Lana. Casey and Rosie for second. It was actually Shaq and Tanya. And Shaq and Tanya for first. It was actually Casey and Rosie. So they got most of the couples right, just the wrong placings.
Yeah, I love that Will and Jesse weren't up there, and she was like, I know we're not up there.
Yeah. Yeah. And then as they're standing up there, Jesse was like, I mean, it's been 2 days since Claudia left, and it's like she never even
Yeah.
existed to him. And Casey's standing right there so he can hear. And I was like, go off, Jesse. It's
Beat his
true.
ass.
that
Beat
was
his ass.
great.
It's true.
Smackdown.
And then after the challenge, they're like sitting in their different couples having a conversation, and Tanya and Shaq are talking, being like, Tanya says that, oh, like Ron is smooth and Lana just forgives.
Okay, so Shaq, what are you?
Yeah, it's true.
Shaq is a doormat.
And then Shaq was like saying that Ron just latched on to Lana in order to win. I'm like, you guys are miserable.
Yeah.
And for what? What did they do to you?
I feel like when Shaq says something, he has to back it till the
Yeah.
end. He's so proud.
he is the biggest baby in the damn villa. I do not care. I have never been Team Shaq.
I
have
just
not
like
liked
where
him
the
since beginning.
hater energy out of nowhere is what gets me.
Well, it's speaking on something and being hypocritical about it because
Yeah.
your couple is the same exact
Right.
way that you're shitting on someone else's couple.
Yeah.
They're projecting. That's plain and simple.
Yeah, 100%.
And so obviously Ron is mad at Shaq, which I think is fair.
Valid.
And that's the end of the week. But I think the finale's on March 13th. So we've got one more full week, and then the finale's next Monday or Tuesday.
I know. I'm excited to see their talents. The talents are always so dumb.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming on.
Of course.
Thanks for having us, darling.
Is there anything you'd like to plug? Your Instagrams? Anything you want the people to know?
Jay Skinner official on
That's-
all the apps.
Hayfuls, HAYFULS.
Period. Go give the lads a follow. So thanks for coming, you guys. We'll have to have you on again sometime soon. Love Island season of summer, you guys will be in.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
The opening episode, you guys will come on and we'll talk about the
Okay.
first week of the summer.
Hundo P.
At the end of the day, this season of Love Island has been pretty mid.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah.
Over and out, babes. I'll see you guys next week for some more Love Island and other things. And I will be talking in a British accent for the rest of the year, honestly, since so many of you fucking hate it. And I don't care.
It's just how it is what it is.
I'm British. I've actually been doing an American accent this whole time. And you guys have been fucking fooled. All right, babes. Over and out. See you later.
Bye.